You guys waiting for me to start?
Yeah.
Wait, no. Really? Oh,
You make more.
I'm sorry, guys.
That's okay. It's not your
You
fault.
did the best you could.
Yeah.
I got to take the bus.
How was
Oh my
that?
God.
It was fun.
Oh.
Saved me, I guess, 4 minutes.
Okay.
Because I took out at Henry. All right, well, we are recording and I will call the meeting to order. It is 6:08 p.m. And we have Beth Abroad, Emily Chesson, Kai Huber. Remotely, we have Kevin McAvoy and Roberto Rivera. And present, we also have Jake Strauss, Aaron Sullivan, Al Truman, myself representing Parks, Anthony Fitzpatrick is non-voting, and guests, we have Anishka Shevik, Philip Shuttlegreen, and Brendan Walsh. Brendan, would you like to make any public comments?
Keep doing what you're doing.
Okay.
I just want to let everybody know that I'm very interested in the Repair Cafe and I'm working with Melissa.
Oh,
Right,
right.
helping her out with that. I went to the last one, and took a bunch of pictures, but I never heard from her. So I need an email address for her.
That's fine, I have that right.
Oh, great.
Okay,
She's been a little bit sick and is now on vacation, so
right,
if you didn't hear from her, that's probably.
yes, probably.
And we can get to Repair Cafe in a moment. Are there any modifications to the agenda? The only thing that I have is I do want to speak to you all about your terms. So we can do that after we approve the minutes. We will do next. So review and approval of October meeting minutes. I saw that Emily circulated some comments on the battery presentation. Kevin, did you get that?
Yes.
We sent it through while we were sitting here.
So that was clarifications. I also had a couple clarifications on the
Let me-
carbon neutral
Wait.
project.
Okay, when did you send these out? I just want to make sure.
Like during our holiday
Very
party.
Just now? Okay, let me check. No, I was thinking of something different. No. Let me, see if I have it, if it came through.
5:42.
5:42. No, I don't, unless it went into the junk mail. Let me check that. Shouldn't go there, but maybe it did. Yes, it did. Okay, let's pull you out, bring you in. Okay, I'll coordinate that. Don't worry about it. I'll straighten all.
Thank you.
My only comment was that just on the carbon neutral part where you say total cost of decarbonization is 24 million, you might just want to note that that's based on the NORESCO's energy modeling.
Yeah. Oh, just put based on NORESCO
Yeah.
energy modeling. Okay.
And that the word benefit
Yeah.
is an acronym, so it's capitalized.
Oh, right. I think I picked that up from right. Maybe at the CAC, might have done that too. Yeah, we collected it there, but not here. Okay, will do.
Comments, questions?
Yeah, there's like a typo in the start of that paragraph. It says Julie discussed that a with NYSERDA meeting, and it's just Julie discussed that a meeting with NYSERDA.
Yes.
It's just that word.
First paragraph.
That is on old business DI or D1, carbon neutral project and thermal energy network, where we just were at the beginning.
Okay.
That first sentence.
Got that. Okay, we'll get on
Yeah,
that.
just,
Anything else? Not, I need a motion to accept the minutes as amended.
Okay.
Jake, can I get a second?
Second.
Emily, any discussion? All in favor? All opposed?
Fine.
All abstentions? Roberto, are you good?
I'm good.
Okay, thank you. Motion carried, minutes passed. Thank you. Thank you, Kevin, for putting those together. And thank you, Kevin,
Thank you,
for
Kevin.
another amazing year of minutes.
You're the best.
All right, so terms. This is the time of year where I will review them so that you know what you need to do if you need to do it. This is for folks who are voting. Betta, I have that your term expired in December of 22.
I know, I'm such a bad girl. I need to go to the office here.
You need to, at this point, resubmit an application.
That's my never-ending list of things to do.
Haya, you expire in 25, you're good. Karen Sullivan, you expired this month. Kevin McAvoy, you expired this month. Emily, you are good till April 26th. Jake Strauss, you expire this month. Melissa Iacchetti, you expire this month. Dan Smith, you expire this month. Cal, you expire this month. Roberto, you expire in 25.
I doubt
Anthony expires in 26. Zane expires in 25.
No, it does sound a little ominous.
So that means unless Betta, Karen, Kevin, Jake, Melissa, Dan, Cal reapply, your position can be refilled without you having any notice.
Okay.
If you would like to reapply, then you need to go onto the city's website and submit an application, submitting, saying, hey, I want to keep doing this, and if you do, I will automatically send that to the mayor, and we don't need to review it. If you want to not continue, that's fine too, you don't need to state it now publicly, you can tell me otherwise, or you can state it now. But we do have one vacancy, so for anyone who is interested in serving, there is one voting position vacancy and one non-voting vacancy.
Right.
What terms? All right. Moving on to refrigerants. So I now have all of the documentation and everything in place from the state, and I have set a kickoff meeting for our refrigerants team, project advisory committee, which have been invited Anthony, Bill, Cal, Michael Helm, and Brad Borquist, and Dan Smith, but I haven't heard from Dan. He might be out of town. If there's anyone who else wants to participate in the refrigerants management planning for the city, please let me know. We are going to have our kickoff meeting on the 14th via Zoom from 11 to 12:30. I don't have anything else on refrigerants right now. Does anyone else? All right. Repair Cafe. You guys had one?
Yes, I had COVID, so I sadly couldn't make it, which is very sad because I really wanted to be there. But I heard it was great. I heard
It was very well attended.
Yeah.
And apparently, the thing that they need most help on is just monitoring who is first and second, right? So they're figuring out a little system on how to do that. So it's very well attended and wonderful repair people.
Great.
Unbelievable.
That's great. Yeah, we've been brainstorming a better way to get people, organized and through the repair stations. We want like a, butcher.
Yeah, delegate.
delegate ticket
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. So we're trying to figure out a way to implement that. We also need a couple of coaches. We need a knife sharpening person. We need another jewelry repair coach because Susie Former can't always be there. So if anybody knows people with those skills, or if anybody has those skills themselves and wants to volunteer at the repair cafe, please let me and/or Melissa know.
But a social media post. Asking for those.
That's a good idea. We can do that. Yeah.
How do you know if your skills of repairing are good enough to be a repair coach?
If you know how to do it, you're good enough.
Okay, because I know how to repair jewelry, but I don't know if I know how to repair like a knife.
Do you have tools for that?
Yeah,
Then-
wires and stuff.
Then yeah, I think, yeah. Everyone brings things there that are already broken.
They're already broken,
No,
so what am I gonna do?
First words to say, I can't pick those.
Right, exactly.
Cool.
I think that's all in place.
Next one.
3D printed and painted, name tags. The next one is gonna be, I think in February, because I'm, fun fact, in Japan for most of January. So yeah, I think we're taking January as a little break, and then February with the next one. Do we have
Do you have a date?
Let me check, hold on. Looks like we do not yet have a date. But as soon as we do, I will let folks know.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Mhm.
If her social media post gets someone interested in being a coach, what do they do?
Probably email us, email the Repair Cafe. It's repaircafekingstonny@gmail.com.
Cool. outreach and education, environmental ed programming, I'm happy to say that after months of, I guess, negotiation, the school district has agreed to pay for busing for the next school year. So now, we will have the ability to maintain all the programs that we've always done, and with actual financial support from the school district. So we are thankful to the school district superintendent and the mayor for negotiating that and making that happen. Right now, school programming is happening in the schools with recycling and watershed education. And our colleague Casey is doing that every day. And new programming will launch on January 1st for the spring season. And we are going to be using a new system that will be announced by the mayor at the state of the city on January 2nd. So listen for that. The Family Energy Expo, some folks want to recap that because that was we haven't talked about it.
Oh, yeah. When was that? Was that in November? Yes, November 9th. I
It was
know
right
it was
after
my
the
kid's
election.
birthday.
Oh, yeah.
It was right after the election. It was great. Kaya, you were there. How many? I don't remember exactly
Yeah.
how many families we had at each
There were
one.
2 kids in the first session, but I think there were 10 at the last one.
Yeah.
I don't know how many families.
Yeah, but it was good participation and everyone seemed to have a lot of fun and.
Yeah.
Um,
We got them because of the Facebook group or the WhatsApp group.
Oh,
It
cool.
was the moms group. Got those guys in the door.
Oh, cool.
And they were very excited about it. They said that there's not enough things like this for kids in the area. And so it was well received.
Okay. Did the solar paper work?
Yes.
yeah,
Phenomenally.
everything worked great.
Yes.
Bees worked, paper worked,
Okay.
the cars all worked and all the kids were out there like
Okay.
playing with them and,
Okay, great.
Everyone
I like the stuff that you
And the
brought
kid was
back.
there too.
yeah. Everyone who attended was like very knowledgeable, like very, I feel like, so like a lot of the outreach and information, they're like, oh, yeah, I've already done that, I have that, I know about that.
Right.
So, but yeah, it was really nice. It was a nice feeling.
I had bronchitis.
Yay.
Thank you
Yeah.
for the coffee pot.
Yeah, you got
It was really helpful to have coffee.
Take my things.
Thank you all for putting that together. So the stuff that you sent me back, with the solar, extra solar paper and beads and that,
Sure.
hopefully it'll all last until the Earth Fair.
It probably will. You might need to store the solar paper a certain way, but I don't know.
Is it in like a?
It was already in the black, it was already like in a
Yeah,
black
that's
plastic
probably
bag,
okay.
so. And then the box gets closed.
Right, and are the beads in something?
Yeah, but I mean, we must have used at least half of them.
Yeah, we did use a lot of beads. The kids really liked making.
That was a
Okay.
big hit.
Was there cord or wire or whatever was on there too?
Yeah, but I would invest in something a little bit higher quality.
Okay.
It took a lot of time, ended up having to use a glue gun to keep it
Yeah, it was very.
like locked. So you wouldn't wanna do that on the fair.
Okay, so we need to use something different or add something else to the process?
I would get a string that actually held a knot,
Okay,
I understand.
but it's nice that it was stretchy. A stretchy
And
fan.
then it was clear,
And it was
so like
clear.
it didn't, you could see it through the clear beads.
Yeah.
Did you guys do a wrap-up meeting, like when Melissa to capture some of this feedback? She sent, no, well, I had to, no, I don't think so, right?
No,
We had the
collected the
surveys.
pictures.
And then wasn't there survey people filled out?
Was there?
I thought so, I thought she like sent,
So fancy. Oh, maybe because of, for NAPA, or sorry, not NAPA.
where's the email?
Yeah, thank you.
Or maybe she just got an email from someone. Okay, just wanna make sure, because I'm not writing this down.
is the solar car something that can happen out at the Earth Fair?
Workshop takes an hour, doesn't
It's
it?
a little involved, yeah, I mean, unless.
Yeah, it's like a big part of it was, like shaving down the wooden dowels, so. If that doesn't if that doesn't go right and like the wheels don't get on, like, so. I think it would be hard to do that without space to work.
Is there a classroom or something? Yeah, I think you need a classroom and you need access to a screen.
What about the
Okay,
museum? There's no space in the museum.
Oh,
There's space in the boat school.
Boat school.
Yeah, at the museum. but it would be pretty involved. Not
It would be.
impossible.
Not impossible.
Not impossible.
What about doing the beads in the paper?
That seems
And
pretty.
that's
simple.
very doable.
Yeah,
I think that would be terrific.
That's very doable.
Okay.
We could add that to the kids' activities.
Okay.
Oh, I was supposed to bring your clothespin.
Oh, it's okay.
Also speaking of Earth Fair, which I didn't put on here for the 2 months that it's not on the agenda, it should have been on the agenda. Two things. Oh, I'm sorry, was there anything else with the expo recap?
No, I have something else for outreach and education.
Okay, let me just touch on Earth Fair stuff. So I'm gonna start the first planning meeting in January. We'll send out a doodle poll to folks for planning the Earth Fair for 2025. We typically start in January and we will again. I was also approached one of 8 holiday parties that I go to last week, by Frank Waters, who wants to heavily support the kids' activities at the Earth Fair.
That's amazing.
Yes.
That's like a breakthrough.
/ do it all.
That's so great.
Yeah. So I said, great, we're gonna start planning in January and I will invite you to the meeting. I said, great. So, I don't know what any of that means. It's literally in passing.
That's
But
fantastic.
yeah, it's great. So that is that. Cal, you have something?
As far as youth engagement, Ulster BOCES and some of the other some of the other BOCES programs are hosting an event in May of 2025 called the Sustainable Futures Summit. It will be at Dutchess Community College. And the email says, we are currently seeking students, teachers, grades 6 through 12, school administrators, local vendors, and eco agencies to submit proposals to lead 50-minute hands-on workshops at the summit. And they are also seeking student presenters for the summit. So the event is on May 21st, and it's in Poughkeepsie. So they have a call for proposals open, and they're looking for also teachers and students to register to attend. So yeah, 6th through 12th grade.
Can you share that with
I sent it to Melissa
Okay.
a couple weeks ago.
You sent it to me, didn't
Happy to, yeah. Does anyone else want me? I could just send it
You
to
want to just
Liz.
send it to the
Sure.
list?
you?
All right, I will try to remember to do that. I did LinkedIn post about it too.
It's,
So yeah, they said we're looking for
Massive.
interactive, dynamic workshops that showcase sustainable solutions, innovative projects, or creative ways to tackle today's environmental and social challenges. So specifically, they're really looking for hands-on. And yeah, what was the question you said?
who's hosting it? I'm sorry.
It's going to be at Dutchess Community College.
Just community college.
And Ulster BOCES is the lead organizer for the event. Victoria Citaro is lead organizing the event. Yeah, so I've been helping them put it together.
Okay,
And so I'll send this to you.
great.
All right, that's it.
Any other outreach or education? By the way, Earth Fair is a mere 20 weeks away,
What is the date?
May 10th.
Yeah, look for much, right?
All right, clean electricity, the carbon neutral project, building carbon decarbonization, I don't have anything to really say on that yet, because I haven't figured out what we're doing, because I have a $24 million price tag on something that I don't only have $1.5 million to spend. So, the mayor and I are having a strategic meeting tomorrow to figure out what we're going to do next. But I will say that something came up that was unrelated that brought me to this, which was thinking about developing a electrification of buildings policy for the city.
Mhm.
Separately, we were doing a renewable energy implementation plan. And I didn't know if anyone was familiar with other municipalities already having this.
Building electrification plans.
Like,
Yeah. You mean for
City, probably?
municipal buildings or for the whole city?
yes, municipal.
Ithaca?
I got seen her saying.
Well, I mean, Ithaca, I know, has like a citywide one,
That's true.
so that would include municipal buildings.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a template where we can be like, hey, any new appliance should be this, any new building should be this, or any substantial renovation should be this. Because we have a green fleet policy, and I haven't talked to the mayor about this yet, but internally Phil and I and Brad were talking about, we should probably have some, start looking at some kind of building electrification policy. So if anyone is aware of a municipality that has any, or has insight, or wants to help to develop that kind of policy, it would be great.
Okay, I'll look into that, Julie.
What about Babcock Village?
Julie?
Hold on, Kevin, one second.
Kevin, is there a TENS meeting on tomorrow, or is your meeting, gonna supersede that and it's canceled?
There is a TENS meeting tomorrow.
Okay, that's separate from the meeting you were just talking about, the strategic meeting, right?
Yes,
Okay, got it.
there's a TENS meeting tomorrow at 11.
Yeah, I have that link for that, yeah.
Okay. Which I'll get to in a second, but Karen, you had something?
Babcock Ranch in Punta Gorda, Florida is America's first solar powered town. Eco-friendly living, it's built to withstand hurricanes and all kinds of natural. So I would imagine they would
Have a plan.
have that type of thing
They're
and
probably part of climate change.
They probably are.
What about also emailing those group of 24 international visitors who came here?
Oh.
Europe's always ahead of us.
Yeah,
So-
and I heard
Probably one in New York State. Yeah.
I'm sure there is. Speaking of them, I
Yeah.
heard from the coordinator the other day, actually I didn't. My husband heard from Dina, who was also at a different holiday party, that one of the 12 communities, and he didn't know which, has implemented a composting program because of what they learned here.
That's so cool.
that's so cool.
Awesome.
We need to get that information and write a
Yeah.
story
And go and see it,
and go see it.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
regardless of where it is.
Think global, act local.
Yep.
And now you're acting global too.
Happening. Okay, so thanks for those suggestions, we'll keep an eye out for those places. Thermal energy network. Right here. These things mean. Oh, we've still been meeting bi-weekly, our next meeting is tomorrow at 11, tomorrow we're meeting with, who did I say we're meeting with tomorrow? I don't remember. I don't remember who our guest is tomorrow, but we have met with folks from Jamestown. We've also met with Tom Bourgeois, who's with the Department of Energy's New York, New Jersey On-Site Energy Technical Assistance P something program. And so have been figuring out where we can get additional technical assistance. And I also attended a webinar today about thermal energy networks, well, about technical assistance. And it seems like we may be able to get some free technical assistance from this thing that I just listed. And we're gonna continue with our research, so more meetings, continuing. Municipal solar installations, my survey at First Avenue is underway, so there's nothing I can do until that's done. I heard from Solar Generation that they're still working on approvals and permitting, so it's certainly not going to start until the beginning of the year, and I told them their contract ends in February, so they need to hurry up.
Good.
And I think that put a fire under them, hopefully, but, in the meantime, there's nothing else to report on municipal solar installations. The battery storage, I signed up to go to a battery electric storage training thing, and I had to not go because of some health issues that I'm having, unfortunately. And I haven't followed up with them, but I don't know if anyone else, it was in Westchester, and I didn't hear, you didn't go, obviously, Kevin, did you? No. All right, well, hopefully I'll follow up and get more information about that, but Emily, I don't know if there's anything you wanted to follow up with from last month with battery storage stuff? No. Okay. CCA and community solar campaign. No word from the PSC yet on CCA approval. I don't know if I have any updates on community solar, but I will say that Phil has been doing an excellent job of pulling together all of our municipal accounts and has put together a municipal operations renewable energy report for the year, and it's probably 90% done. And we'll present it to you all next month, which will have an outline of what we want.
Yeah, it outlines the different sources of electricity the city uses, so like municipal operations side of things. And I guess points the way a little bit towards the direction we want to go in terms of like where we're lagging behind. But it looks pretty good. I mean, yeah, I think I'll probably by next month, we should be able to get, so the one I've been working on is for 2023. And then we should be able to get 2024 out the door, like almost like very quickly, because I have almost all that information as well.
Okay.
So, it's interesting. It's really interesting to see just like the simple stuff, like what municipal properties consume the most electricity. So the wastewater treatment plant and city lights, those are like the two, that's over half of the
It's
electricity.
wild that the lights still do, even after being LED.
Yeah,
That's literally the words that I
City
said.
lights.
That's wild, like the street
like
lights.
streetlights.
Oh, the
Yeah.
streetlights.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
No.
So there are,
So-
that's wild.
When did they switch to LED?
2020.
Before 2023 though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like 2020.
Yeah, unfortunately, they still consume like a quarter of the electricity.
How interesting.
Yeah,
That's unexpected.
Less though, like maybe like from a.
Dark in the city.
that would be, it would be really interesting.
Whatever year was the last year before it was.
Yeah, what's the difference?
LEDs and then now, like it still might be the quarter, but maybe the total consumption has gone down. I don't know, for
Yeah.
the city,
It's really.
but it's
really
still a high
hard-
percentage or something like that.
Really hard to get old information.
When you
Like,
say
it's
old, like how far
shocking.
back?
You know what, I could, like, it ends in 2021. It becomes like increasingly.
Oh, after, so anything before 2021 becomes increasingly hard.
Yeah.
Got it.
But
Yeah.
if you look in my contract with Wendell, who did the lighting, you should be able to see.
Yeah.
And being mindful also that when we're looking at a pie chart and it's wastewater treatment plant is a quarter, lights are a quarter, and everything else is half. That also you could also be reframing your thought of saying, great, everything else is really efficient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
And
that's
we're,
good.
because, I mean, it could be the case that no matter how efficient everything is, something still has to be a big piece of the pie. Like, we have 2,400 lights.
Yeah, totally,
It's
yeah.
still a lot. It's
And
not suggesting that the lights are not efficient, it's just suggesting that maybe everything else is very efficient.
Yeah, I think the municipal electricity it comprises, it's like 3% of the electricity in the city, like everyone in the city uses. So.
Right.
It's not like it's not insane, but it is interesting to see that there are these like singular, like at least for municipal electricity, these singular like accounts that have such a big impact on our electricity use.
Right.
Municipalities are like apples and oranges comparison, but I ran into someone from Early Climate Smart the other day. She was saying that they're just now making that switch over from the really terrible old style, whatever, to LED.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna look into trying to compare what it was
Because it'd
before.
be interesting to know if like the total consumption has gone down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also curious about what that pie chart looks like for a similarly sized city, a similar distance from a metro, right? Like how we compare. They'd also have to like be interested in this stuff and have publicly available data, and it's a lot of hoops to jump through, but.
But I could look around and see if anybody else has made a similar report. That could be cool.
What about lead policy?
It's likely that Kingston is the leader and is the champion on said report.
Almost guaranteed.
So anyway, we'll have Phil share that at the next meeting. We are chugging along on the textbook model of municipal renewable energy implementation plan, but don't have a draft for you all yet. It has gone from a straw man version of a couple notes on a piece of paper to a 50 to 70 page long, amazing document that is extremely comprehensive, but we keep thinking of more things that we want to add. But we are hoping to round it out this week, right?
Yeah.
Is that what we said?
I think it might have been.
Strong possibility.
Knowing that the next 2 weeks, pretty much everyone's checked out, so it might be January for sure. And I haven't heard anything about how the counties is going. I don't know that if you have any insight into that.
I do not.
Well, when we have it, we will share it with you all. But please know that Brad and Phil are doing the lion's share of the narrative writing and the chart making and the data crunching. And that us not bringing it to you is not a matter of us kicking the can down the road. It's a matter of being more and more comprehensive.
Right. And we'll be seeking like input when we bring it here?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, because we've done a lot of number crunching, but in terms of all the different strategies, it'd be great to have any input from you guys.
So like round edits maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Julie, on the thermal energy networks, I think I failed to connect you to Framingham, Mass. I think I got
It's okay.
contact with
I
that.
haven't been silly twiddling my thumbs waiting.
Okay. Adding it back to my,
Okay.
do you want me to wait until after the new year? It doesn't matter.
Whatever works on your schedule.
Okay. After the new year then.
All right, clean hydrogen. So Roberto, listen up here. So I believe I did circulate all this, but for folks who might not have been keeping up on emails, I reached out to, at the last meeting that we met, we decided instead of Emily honed in on the language, Bill honed in on the language, I sent an email to Proton instead of the letter. I said, hey, we want you to come to a meeting. A woman that I communicated with from Proton connected me to two people, Matthew Weaver and Alan Lang with GKN Hydrogen Corporation. They said, sure, we'd love to come to your meeting. We'll come in December. I said, great. They said, great. Then they said, I'm sorry, we can't make the meeting. And I said, how about the next meeting? And they basically said, we no longer exist. So.
Like they don't exist?
No, they said,
Oh, they don't want to do
I
that.
don't know what, I circulated it. It was something like.
That's what I thought. I was like, I missed
No,
something.
no, they said something like, our company is taking a different turn.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
That's weird.
Yes, so that's the part you might not have, you might have missed, Roberto. They're not coming.
Okay.
They don't even, there's not even a they. So I don't know what that means. I'm kicking it back to you.
Find another company maybe?
Okay, so we we move in a different direction. I mean, you know,
No, this is-
we find other resources.
There's one after that.
Go back to Proton.
I didn't circulate the one after that?
It's possible you did, it's all possible I missed it.
That's the only one I have.
Okay, you guys got the one that says we can't make the meeting. I wrote back and said, hey, how about a future one? And they wrote back and said, we've taken a different direction.
Like they're not doing hydrogen?
Or
Do
they
you
don't
think it's
wanna
because we
work
were
with
talking with,
municipalities?
or maybe we were talking with them before the election?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. So I need you guys to go back to the drawing board.
Okay.
Great. All right, so that's clean electricity stuff.
What are you looking for on that?
We are doing due diligence. We are looking at every possible renewable energy, including hydro, to evaluate if it is feasible for the city of Kingston. And we want to talk to people who know what they're doing with hydrogen to see if it could be valuable here with our fleet or with our either municipal fleet or public fleet.
Okay, so-
Right, Roberto, that's what we're trying to do?
I just want to say that I think that Hyundai is planning on moving to the East Coast with a hydrogen automobile. They have a model. They're doing a lot of work in Australia, and I think now they're heading east. That's my understanding. That's information that and that means that they'll be, you know, doing an infrastructure in order to support their automobiles.
Okay.
Is that Hyundai?
Yes.
And
So maybe Disney leads. talk to Roberto.
I did a little research on to see what GKN is up to, and there have been some personnel shifts over there at at the top of the corporate level. So that might have something to do with it. They're also involved in aerospace, which is a thing for sure. Trying to decarbonize the airline industry and the Department of Defense. So I don't know how they play into that, but there is movement on aerospace with that company. So maybe they're looking, maybe that's the other direction they're looking at. Don't know.
Okay. All right, thank you. Education and workforce opportunities and green jobs, anyone have anything on that? Okay. Sustainable mobility and land use, city fleet transition, anything on that, Phil?
I had a meeting with plug-in stations online today at the building and safety / fire department building down on Darien Drive. To see about installing chargers down there. See what happens. It's nice, there are all these, I mean, I guess it's sort of, this is green jobs stuff. There are all these different companies that, or contractors that they'll access all of the incentives and rebates for the consumer. So when these guys give us their quote for this work, it's gonna be like a minuscule fraction, like maybe even only 10% of the cost of the entire project, which is sort of nice. I'm actually quite eager to see how cheap it's going to be when they give us the quote.
That's great.
Yeah.
How cheap will it be?
This is for, sorry, I might not have actually described that, for installing like electric vehicle chargers. Yeah.
And there's no fleet update, right?
Oh, sorry, EV infrastructure. City fleet transition. I heard that the police told me that they had submitted a request for bids for the 8 new detectives vehicles.
Okay.
Nice.
And I don't know what the exact language was, but the way we had discussed it, they were looking to electric vehicles.
Okay. All right, bike share. The city was awarded a NYSERDA Clean Mobility Grant, $100,000 with no match. And we are going to be putting together a bike and scooter share plan. And as zero emissions, bikes and scooters.
Very good.
I have no idea if anything has moved forward with the actual bike legislation. I haven't heard anything about it. But Emily Flynn in our Health and Wellness office will be managing the NYSERDA Clean Mobility Grant, so I'll keep you all posted on that. Community Preservation Fund passed.
Yeah.
By 60%.
Good.
Well done, everyone. And it's already in effect. It went into effect on the 15th, which means we've already sitting here like making money. And so I've become very well versed in community preservation funds in the last month. The county gets all the money at the closing. They get a check. They process that. They send it to us once a month, the list of all the transactions, and it goes into our dedicated account. And an advisory board, which is going to be established probably in January, by us, by the council, will review, evaluate how much money comes in every month, whatever. Look at the community preservation plan, make priorities, make recommendations to the common council. The common council would then vote on any land acquisition or plan or purchase or whatever. The first property that will likely fall into this is Kingston Wilderness. So the city is in the process of purchasing our largest land acquisition that we've ever purchased, certainly in my lifetime, if not ever, of 70 acres, 7 parcels, and it's currently being purchased with contribution by City of Hudson, using bond money by the city, but should the Community Preservation Fund Advisory Board choose to prioritize this as a use of funds, then the funds, once acquired enough, can be used to pay back the bond. So that would be the first use of the community preservation fund funding.
Cool.
Yeah. I've had meetings with New Paltz folks to understand how it works. The county is very much on top of it all. And
Are these 7 like open acre lots?
this is almost all of the open space between Beale Street and the property and the city line.
Oh, I know
I mean,
exactly
between that
that.
Wilbur Avenue.
Yeah, I know what that is.
I walked it the other day. Which was dangerous.
It is very dangerous.
It was dangerous because the land itself is very topographically challenged.
Yes.
And I'm currently vision impaired.
Mhm.
I can share with you all, but some health issues, but anyway, I walked in, it was amazing and beautiful, and
I hope you didn't walk it you walked it before the snow.
I walked it before the snow, but after the rain, after the mega rain and before the snow, it was awesome.
It's
There's
challenging.
there's a cool view of that, the barge repair facility across the river.
Yes,
Like on the
There is.
cliffs,
yes,
but man, that
There
land
is-
is ravaged, that like up on, yeah.
yeah, they're approaching.
Yeah. Oh,
It
yeah.
killed everything.
Yeah, they're
Horrible.
but there's no ATV tracks on the property, there's no social trails, there
Right, that's
are,
true.
there's like, it's not really accessible, so I don't really know how we're gonna develop trails or anything on it, but.
That's a Beale, that's Wilbur.
So
And there's
past
no
Red
houses,
Fox River?
there's no houses.
It's on the other side of Wilbur.
If you go to
So,
Rodney
on the
Street,
southwest.
Oh, that's
everything from
across
Rodney Street, all
So
the
behind Blackbird, sort of?
It's all of this. It's like.
The views from there.
Oh, okay.
So just up the hill, because there's little houses there, but then up that hill, it's just trees.
Yes.
Yeah, this is like,
everything you see in the streets.
yeah, it's just, there's like a steep cliff.
Yeah.
It's, yeah,
And
and like the
that's his
kilns
plateau.
at the bottom.
The only
Yeah.
disadvantage is that the rail goes through there.
How cool.
It's on the other side of.
Oh, it is on the
It's
other.
on the other side.
Oh, okay.
That was very helpful.
Oh, okay, I know.
Like, where are we?
Right is on the other.
Yeah, if
It's
you
like,
know,
it's, you would never go to.
if you know where Red Fox, if you know where Wilbur Avenue is, comes down and Red Fox Arena is on your left, and you get to the bottom, everything on your right-hand side that's trees, if you were to go down to Beale and keep driving out to City Kingston, all those trees.
Yeah, it's,
Right.
it's like up the hill.
No, I know,
I walk very
That's
slowly,
cool.
there's no different way to get easy.
It's crazy.
To get into it.
So what's gonna
It's
happen?
a beautiful piece of
We're
land.
buying it, keeping it as open space.
That's
Okay.
What's it gonna be called?
Amazing.
Kingston Wilderness.
Good.
Cool.
It's, the current owner is an owner that owns a lot of other properties in the city of Kingston, but those particular properties they call Kingston Wilderness. So we're
Cool.
currently calling it Kingston Wilderness. Whether we could choose to name it something else, I don't know. But for now, it's being called Kingston. And two of the parcels are in the town of Ulster, so this will also be the first time that we buy land in another community.
Amazing.
Yeah, just crazy talk,
Yeah.
total craziness. And I found a really awesome deer skull.
Nice.
I carried it.
Massive.
I found it within the first 1/10 of a mile out of a 2-mile hike over ridiculous terrain, and I carried the
Oh, I gotta try that.
thing the whole way.
Yeah.
It was amazing. And now I have it in my office if you come around.
Has it been macerated or is it still?
It was exceptionally clean,
It was really clean.
exceptionally clean, not stinky, no weird stuff on
I love
it.
partner brings in.
Pre-boiled, it was pre-boiled. I didn't have to boil it. All right, so that's the preservation fund. Kingston Organics, is moving along swimmingly, as I like to say. My last calculations is 48.3 tons, and we're over 1,000, or probably about 1,100, close to 1,100 people. Close to 530 or 40 families. I've been doing a lot of research with some folks on my team, looking into what we're gonna do by the electric packer plan, which is the linchpin for how this thing could go into the next phase. Also, Brendan has been interning with me for seemingly years and working on Kingston organic stuff.
It's been 5 months.
It's been fun.
Keep a long time.
but I don't really have any more updates on that besides we hit our highest ever the day after Thanksgiving.
Oh, wow. People brought their stuff.
0.9,
0.96, no,
0.96.
4
Oh, yeah, 0.4
Tons?
tons.
tons.
In a day.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
Well, people want that.
Save your stock.
Pumpkins,
Oh.
carcasses.
Mhm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Or
Amazing.
Yeah, and that's what we can get at Upro, right?
You can get it up right.
My city's only doing residential.
Right now, it's just residential. Phase 2, once we can figure out buying a new packer, will be residential and commercial and curbside,
Nice.
but that's for a while. And I mentioned to people, somebody from around the world has taken our plan and has implemented it. Food systems policy, I had a meeting with food systems policy people yesterday, and the consultant that was working on it, Food Systems Foresight, is complete. Their contract is over. But there's some refinement that needs to be done with the plan that they delivered. So our internal project advisory committee is refining the plan before it becomes draft public. I will leave it at that, and when it's ready to circulate, it will be circulated for you all to see. Extend producer responsibility and paint recycling. I don't have anything about APR to report. I don't know if anyone else does. Probably not right now.
Is that always on the agenda?
Uh,
Seems to feels new to me.
Talked about it a couple times, I remember, yeah.
A couple times, so yes. So nothing on EPR, but paint recycling, I think that I told you all, I don't know if I told you all or not, but I've been communicating with this team that the people that wanna come in and recycle have got some
Yeah.
paint. I suggested doing it at the Earth Fair.
Yeah.
I sent them the plan for the Earth Fair and the plan for the transfer station, i.e. the layout, and for both of them, they said, no,
Okay.
poor layout. To which I suggested the plaza, and I think we talked about that the last time, and they said, I love that idea. They, as in the paint recycling people, I haven't talked to the people in the plaza yet. So, that would mean it would either be another event on another day, or another location on the same day. Which
Vote
makes
for
me
the
feel-
former.
Yeah.
Vote for the former
The
instead of
former,
doing it on the
yes.
same day.
Different event on a
It's too
different day.
much.
Yeah, okay,
If it has to be at that location, that would sound like a nightmare trying to do it at the same time.
agreed, okay.
How about a co-sponsor with Herzog's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get rid of your old paint, buy some new.
Yeah,
Because
Herzog's,
Herzog's will take house paint.
yeah, Herzog's is the folks who own the plaza, so that it would be with them either way, so,
Right. But they can do it time.
yeah.
Yeah, they could do it.
Do we have
That's good
any
to know, I didn't know that.
insight into like,
Maybe it's
since
super.
it wouldn't be at the Earth Fair, or when it would be, is there any other time that makes sense? It sounds like an obvious Earth Week thing.
Yeah, what about just something like in April? Sort of fairs and later.
What, maybe, could it be later than the Earth Month though? I know people are thinking about.
So we can promote it.
A lot of people do like
Yeah.
spring cleaning, you know?
Right, spring cleaning and clean out your paint.
That's like fun.
Father's Day seems sort of funny.
That's in like July.
Christmas
Oh.
Day,
June.
Mother's Day.
Yeah,
I think
wait.
maybe not.
Like temperature tolerances on when you can paint, right? Don't people like finish painting outside?
I just think there's a lot of competition for their event in April.
Yeah.
Agreed.
March.
Well, yeah, I also would want to do it when there's not a train ride.
When do the trains run?
Well, they do some kind of Easter bunny situation,
Oh, just to avoid holidays.
they do some kind of pumpkin situation, and
Yeah.
they do Polar Express.
They do Polar Express.
We're going on the Polar Express tomorrow.
But I also heard,
I know.
yeah, I heard through the grapevine that they're gonna start Hogwarts thing, which is probably kind of trying to get out of the seasonal thing, which means they're running it more often. But that's only a rumor, so. But that means if I wanted, because we wouldn't be able to do something in the parking lot there if there's mega people there. Or baseball.
So do they keep a calendar of that kind of thing? Like does the Herzog Plaza have a calendar of events? that we
They have a
could
website.
start.
The training.
Yeah, so maybe we
Plaza
wanna,
has a website.
so maybe we should check what's already happening and circle back.
Does anyone want to be part of planning said event?
Possibly. Depending on the timing.
Okay,
If it's before the summer season starts at my place, then that would be fine.
great. Resiliency initiatives, I don't really have a lot to report here. Kingston Point Park improvements, I don't have any updates. Kingston Point Beach improvements, I don't have any updates. That's a contract that's still negotiating the contract. Raise is still negotiating the contract. The flooding response and comprehensive emergency management plan, the comprehensive emergency management plan did get adopted, so that is now official, which is great, and so did the Ulster County multi-jurisdictional hazard mitigation plan, which means we now have access to FEMA funding if we have future flooding events. And I also wanted to just let folks know that we're going to be applying two things. One, I'm using ARPA funding to reinstate Rondout stream gauge on the Rondout Creek, and that will start in the new year, possibly not till July, hopefully they can get together. And I'm applying with the Stevens Institute and the Hudson River Maritime Museum for an EPA Flourishing in Communities grant, which is going to help to fund the Stevens Institute, which is where I get some of my flooding forecast data, to create a more specialized forecast for the city of Kingston that helps us have better emergency communication about our flooding. So they're basically going to make it, as we joke, an automated Julie. So that I don't have to be the one that checks the flooding and sends out the notes and does all sort of thing, they're gonna like automate what I do. And we're applying for EPA funding to do that.
So it would just be sent as a text message or something, like a little.
Not sure yet. We're not sure how it'll actually present itself. We're working on it.
It's big fat signal, so wait.
About
Yeah.
Right. And I'm in contract negotiations for the North Street demos and access, so I don't have anything to report on that. I don't have any new business unless anyone else does. I don't have any announcements or communications, bless you, or events unless anyone else does. Is there an update on the Ulster County Climate Smart Committee?
We haven't met, for a while, there's now, as an official committee, there's some talk now of like combining with the EMC and becoming sort of a working group of that.
What is EMC?
So it's, Environmental Management Committee, Council.
So each municipality per New York State General Municipal Law can have a Conservation Advisory Council. That is an advisory board that's appointed by the city, or municipality. We have one. 16 other municipalities in the city in the county have one. The EMC is the umbrella of the municipal CACs. Our CAC sends a rep to the EMC.
Yep.
But historically, CACs have been land use boards. And climate smart commissions have been energy and mitigation and adaptation greenhouse gas emissions boards. So combining them, I can see how people might be like, but, and in some in a lot of municipalities, probably more often than not, the CAC and the climate smart commission are the same. In our municipality, they're different. So I can see how the county might be like, I don't really know what to do about it.
Yeah, I think we've just been struggling with attendance. The COVID, a lot of people joined because it was on Zoom.
Right.
And given we have a hard enough time getting people to turn out to our Kingston meeting, these are people who are all over the county.
Right.
Yeah, so for me, I walk a couple blocks to the county building, but for some people, it's, 40-minute drive.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just been a struggle, and I think they're trying to make it, more productive. and more integrated with the other work that's happening with the EMC. So hopefully it'll be a positive thing.
I wish they'd make more of these meetings hybrid,
Yeah.
like make it possible to count towards.
That's actually a good question. What would it take in order to get that to be the case
New York
here?
state law to get changed.
State. Okay.
State law.
I didn't know.
It was, it's post-COVID legislation.
They changed it post-COVID.
They established it during COVID, that, because hybrid meetings weren't even a thing, wasn't a
Right.
thing, right? And then it was like, everything's remote, and then it was like, well, now let's go back to in person, but what about the people that want to be remote? And so the legislation that we follow, which is New York state law, is we need to have quorum in the room for people online to count into quorum, which really kind of means people online are counting.
Right, they don't count,
Yeah.
really.
It means you need an in-person quorum.
You need an in-person
Yeah.
quorum, we still need an in-person quorum. Okay, any other announcements or events that people should be knowing about? Social media postings?
I went to Ulster County's Chamber of Commerce
Oh yeah, how'd it go?
social media event.
Mm.
And I learned some stuff, which is nice. An interesting that came up was, you know, I guess companies, organizations, even committees could think about coming up with like an AI policy, how we use AI. So that was something that came out. There's a local marketing firm that, you know, has their policy on their website, which would be a good place to look at. So I could send that if anyone's interested. I don't know if we have to worry about it today, but it's something to keep in mind as we use more and more AI. And so I've got coaches needed next Repair Cafe in February post. How about a Kingston Organics update post?
Yeah, I love the flyer. Brendan, did you do that flyer with,
That, the new flyer is nice.
on the, you know?
Oh, on the lids. I
Yeah,
did.
could we post that?
Oh, sure, yeah, thank you. Okay,
Yeah, I mean,
That's, when did we do that?
great,
Uh,
yeah,
In July. I kept seeing that. Thank you.
great if it could
Okay.
be updated with
We
new
can
numbers.
update it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
although.
probably almost twice as good now.
Maybe.
I mean.
If you update it, I'll post it.
Good.
I still have the files. It
Are you
doesn't-
saying that there's still a tote that has it on it? Did you laminate them?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
one, Lauren Park.
You had me laminate them. It worked so well, it's still clearly effective, right? I know, I was looking at it this morning, actually, at the one at Forsyth.
Oh, man.
And I don't know if like this lamination stops UV rays also, but like it's still so colorful.
No,
Yeah.
that's not.
I was really impressed.
I just want to say that I am so incredibly honored and proud of all of my Kingston Organics participants, because something can go wrong and within 45 seconds, I know about it. I don't have to say that myself. This bag fell in, somebody put this in this one, this thing won't stay up. It's like, oh my gosh, people.
That's really funny.
I never have to go to any site. I know if there's like a bug out of it. And like, Lower Park the other day, the dudes that were changing the garbage dropped the lock in the snow and they couldn't find it. No less than 6 people by the end of that day emailed me, going, the lock is found in Lower Park, the lock is found
I got really spooked by a bunch of maggots one time. I was not expecting them under the lid, and they scared me. And I, it's really bad.
It's unbelievable, and our response is always look into it.
So can you also do the bragging rights that you are now global? Global?
Yes, but I don't know what community it is.
Right.
Who told you about it?
We could do, Steve told me to talk to Dina, but I guess I could reach out to Dina. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be cool.
Yeah.
It would be supremely cool, I would love to.
Yeah.
Know out which country.
I'll find out.
Right. Which town? I mean,
Right.
just do it. Just
Which country?
Right, and have them send a picture.
Yeah, right.
Oh, and then a picture from when they were here.
Yes,
Oh,
yes. All right, any other social media postings?
Is it too early to do one about Christmas tree recycling? Like, should we let people have their fun?
That's no, I think it's a good idea so that they have it in mind, what's the day after.
Yeah.
You might even want to, for people like me who have decided to let the squirrels start to get into their pumpkins, who haven't gotten rid of their pumpkins yet.
Yeah.
Pumpkins can go in compost, weird.
You can go to the
weeds.
YMCA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's where we put our pumpkins.
Yep, also wreaths and Christmas
Oh,
trees.
Okay, wreaths too.
No, are not going, I'm not saying you're going into Kingston Organics,
Wreaths are not.
No.
No wreaths.
nor Christmas trees. But those,
Oh, but
those
there's
will
a
get
separate,
picked up.
yeah, I saw it in the newsletter.
Okay,
I'll just copy that.
great.
Okay.
But people's food from Christmas. Two extra Christmas cookies can go to 467 Broadway on the second floor.
If someone's getting rid of cookies, they've gotta be in pretty bad state.
Right. I just pick off the weird stuff, just the weird cheese part and then eat it. All right, anything else?
No more, we've already kind of, we've already at capacity.
Okay.
That's cool.
Before we close our January meeting, which is currently set for January 22nd, we will be deciding our schedule for the year. We will be voting on secretary for the year.
No context.
I guess that is, we'll proceed with the regular business as well. Any other business? If not, I need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to
Adjourn.
I'll say that was Jake, who was
No,
hand
give it to
up.
Haya, so first.
Okay, Haya, can I get a second?
Yeah, second it.
Jake, any discussion about adjourning? All in favor? Anyone opposed to adjourning?
Aye.
I think it was late.
Okay, definitely. Happy holidays, everyone, safe travel.
Very wrong.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Oh, thanks.
You all next year.
I think it's been taken now, right? Until my term expires.
Oh, yeah.
See you then.
You should know, there's no gap.
Great.
Great. What, can I ask what-
I know.